Greetings, fellow Whovians. Whovian Queen here. Hope I have a good week so far. Well, our look at the 11th Doctor era now continues on with The Girl Who Waited. The 11th Doctor takes Amy and Rory on holiday to the planet Apalapachia, unaware that the planet is suffering from a fatal plague that affects beings with two hearts, including the Doctor, and can kill them within a day. The population has created kindness facilities, where those affected by the plague are placed in one of several thousand accelerated time streams, allowing them to live out their lives whilst in communication with their loved ones, the large glass lens in the waiting room. On their arrival, Amy is separated from the Doctor and Rory and becomes stuck in an accelerated time stream. As the Doctor and Rory discover Amy's location, they are approached by one of the facility's handbot robots. The handbot explains the plague, and failing to recognize the Doctor or Rory as alien, attempt to administer medicine that is fatal to them. The Doctor uses the glass lens to warn Amy of this, and tells her to wait for him in the facility, promising to rescue her. The Doctor locks on to Amy's time stream. The Doctor, unable to leave the TARDIS due to the plague, gives Rory the lens, his sonic screwdriver, and a pair of glasses through which the Doctor can see and communicate with Rory. Rory explores the complex and finds an older and better Amy who has been waiting to be rescued for 36 years while hiding from the handbots. The Doctor realizes they have mistakenly latched onto the wrong time stream and urges the older Amy to help find her younger self. She refuses, knowing if the younger Amy is rescued, she will cease to exist. The Doctor warns him that by taking the older Amy aboard the TARDIS, they will forego any chance of rescuing the younger Amy. The younger Amy convinces the older Amy to change her mind by asking her to consider Rory. The older Amy agrees to help if the Doctor would take her too. The Doctor temporarily brings the two Amys into the same time stream. Rory takes the younger Amy into the TARDIS. Once they're inside, the Doctor slams the door before the older Amy can enter and admits that it is impossible for both Amys to exist in the same time stream. Rory and the older Amy say goodbye at the TARDIS door before the older Amy tells him to move on without her. Aww. So now let's take a look at some continuity surrounding this episode. The episode titled The Girl Who Waited is a reference to Amy having waited 12 years and later 2 more years for the Doctor to return to her in the 11th hour. When describing the facilities in the Two Streams facility, the interface says they have a replica of the amusement park at Disneyland on Clom. The planet Clom was first mentioned in 11 Monsters as the home planet of the Absorbaloff and the twin planet of Rexicoricophalopatorius. And now, finally, let's take a look at the production of this episode. Tom McRae, the writer of the episode, had previously written the two-parter Rise of the Cybermen and the Age of Steel for the second series, which featured the return of the Cybermen. As bringing back the Cybermen had limited plot opportunities and put McRae in the second seat as a writer, he was pleased that he had the opportunity to do whatever he wanted. McRae was proud of the finished script, calling it his most accomplished piece of plotting ever. The original title episode was The Visitor's Room. This was changed to Visiting Hour and then Kindness. The episode, contrary to some reports, was never at any point entitled The Great Anchor. The Girl Who Waited is a title that has been used to refer to Amy since she waited 12 years for the Doctor to return in the 11th hour. Executive producer Beth Willis insisted that Amy's speech about how Rory was the most beautiful man she had ever met make it into the final version. The Girl Who Waited is designed as an episode in which the actor playing the Doctor is not required for much of the shooting. These have become known as Doctor Light episodes. Established with the second series episode 11 Monsters because of the production schedule, it has become a tradition that continued with episodes such as Blink. McRae enjoyed exploring Amy and Rory's characters and their past, as the Doctor was always to a certain extent mythic, which limited what could be explored with this character. In one draft of the script, the scene near the end in which Rory and the two Amys race to the TARDIS did not include Rory in person. He was watching the scene from the lens. It also included a sequence that featured Handbot's hand being cut and continuing to walk by itself. With The Girl Who Waited being a lower-budget episode, McRae wrote for the sets to be entirely white, and described the sets as big white boxes. He was pleased with the way it turned out, feeling that the all-white added a really interesting visual sense to it. The original idea was to have an older actress play the older Amy, but Karen Gillan volunteered to play the older version of her character with the aid of prosthetics. It was also decided that having Gillan play both characters would be more believable. Gillen developed different body language, vocal range, and attitude for the new individual, whose characters changed after being left behind and in danger. To achieve this, Gillen studied with a voice coach and movement coach. Gillen also wore padding which affected her movement, and stated she spent hours in makeup. Yeah, well, given the finished product, I can definitely believe that. So overall, this is a very somewhat sad and kind of emotional episode, but hey, you get those episodes all the time in Doctor Who, so there you go. So overall, I give The Girl Who Waited 5 sonic screwdrivers out of 5. Well, anyway, tune in next time as we take a look at The God Complex. Well, hope you enjoyed the review, and if you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up, share it around. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon to be notified by my upload videos. And if you want to help support this channel further, then be sure to check out my Patreon page. Link, as always, is in the description below. Anyway, until next time, this is Sylvian Queen saying, "Oh my giddy aunt! When I say run, run! I'm inverse polarity of the neutron flow. Would you like a chili, baby? Fantastic! Allons-y! Geronimo!" Bow ties are cool, fezzes are cool, and Stetsons are cool.